Facing the Mechanist for the first time here. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, create a clue. Until end turn, target artifact becomes a 3/1. Okay, so it's like a variation of Psy, Master Thopterist. Yeah, I think you really have to like clues, I guess. It doesn't scale very well, I don't think. Although, I don't know. Being able to draw a card whenever you play an non-creature spell, I guess, can't be too bad. We shall play the Bender's Water Skin, which is kind of cool. Gives us blue mana open to do stuff in their turn. So it's actually very good for blue decks. The Ironcrag gives them a clue. Maybe it is quite good against a deck like ours, which is kind of slow. Bender's Water Skin. Okay, and they'll probably attack for... No, not going to attack. Let's see if we can bounce it to the hand. I certainly feel as though when you use a card which has a bit of the silver bullet, like Wan Shi Tong, which stops people tutoring, suddenly the algorithm just doesn't pair you up against people that tutor their decks anymore. Kind of strange. It's like anti-synergy. That's got to be like the most convoluted tapping I've seen for 2 mana. You can just let the auto tapper do it. Sleep magic, not interested. I would rather get a land, please. And we do. Nice. Let's play the Dowerport Mage, which is kind of a cool late addition to the deck. Lets us return a creature to our hand, which is nice for Wan Shi Tong because it means you can then re-enable it and do it over and over again. Let's try to counter it here. Okay, so no resistance with their own counter spells, which makes me wonder if their hand is just full of super powerful artifacts. Kind of scary thought. Okay, they'd rather play that. Look at the top 6, reveal instant or sorcery, put the rest on the bottom. 1, 2, 3. So they get a Seagate. I mean, we might as well play this just because we can return it back anyway. That's a tap ability. Let's just swing for 2 here. Okay. The fact it has Vigilance is kind of cool. 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. So they're 1 off just dropping the Seagate Restoration. But yeah, our deck has some really cool tools like Peel from Reality, bounce one of ours and one of theirs. So we can, again, do the same thing. If they had a creature out and they target Wan Shi Tong, we can get a double bounce and then redeploy it to the battlefield, which I think is just a nice bit of useful utility. Especially when you consider that if we don't have anything late game, it's just better to do this. Also, whenever one of our creatures you control leave the battlefield without dying, draw a card. That's kind of nice. So they're going to draw 5, which is a lot. So they get to draw for that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we can play it again. So once we've got loads and loads of mana, that's kind of nuts. So we can't rift. And if our deck just operates at instant speed mostly, I feel as though we should be able to do fairly well. Especially if we can copy this Bender's Water Skin somehow. That'd be nice. There's a few ways to do it. The Mechanist is coming down again. Okay. Feels pretty tame so far. We could just do this again. Bounce these both. Redeploy it. It feels pretty cheeky. Being able to 1-2 punch up on it every single turn. And the more mana we have, the more cards we can draw when it returns to our hand. Academy Manufacturer. So if you would create a clue, food, or treasure, instead create one of each. Okay, 5, 6, 7. Do we just use the Cyclonic Rift here, though? And kind of just be done with it? Or is that just a bit early for that? I feel like it's a bit early. We're not under actually any threats, are we? Let's just be chill. Keep drawing cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Redeploy. This feels so cheeky. I love it. Okay, now I've got a counter spell. Keep the blue mana going. Fly over the top. And yeah, we have so many responses. Down to 13. I mean, we're just going to get them with bloody combat damage in the air, I think. Although never say never. They have a lot of... They've got a lot of cards. And here's the clone effect I was talking of. We can create a token that's a copy of an artifact or creature. Oh dear. At the beginning of your end step, untap all non-land permanents you control. That's very scary. So I'm thinking maybe the Rift is going to be good. Affinity, draw 2 cards. Okay, so it's like some kind of storm build. Maybe I should have used the Rift. Maybe I was being too cocky without using that. I don't know. Affinity. So they've also got a water skin. How much mana? Clue, treasure, food. Oh shit. Okay. Now I'm worried. Thinking maybe we just want to counter one of these, but then time warp. And they've still got treasure up. Let's just see if we can overload this. Do they have a counter spell? Did we massively mess up by just underestimating what they had? Maybe. 5, 6, 7. Why do they want to make that into a creature? Is there a reason for this? So the cool thing here is they're going to discard down to hand size. Because they don't... Oh, no, they don't have unlimited hands. Oh, they've got no maximum hand size, have they? Okay, that's annoying. Damn. And they've got so much more mana than I expected. So it's basically some kind of crazy combo build. I guess we didn't really have time to toy around with this stuff. Academy Manufacturer. I get the feeling that we want to use the consign to memory to maybe counter that trigger if they manage to pull that off. How much mana do they have? 1, 2. Okay. Bender's water skin. Jesus. Let's counter this. Because that's given them 3 at a time. That's crazy. I don't really want to give them loads and loads and loads more mana. These two together is broken. Oh, jeez. We're in deep trouble now. Mystic Sanctuary. I guess we can put the Rift on top. Take action. Okay. Yes. It does not help that they got an extra turn. 6, 7, 8, 9. I guess we could just use the Pill from Reality rather than this ability to bounce this and maybe the Manufactor. Get the Rift in preparation. I really don't know what the best solution is here. 4, 5, 6, 7. Are they going to counter this? They can phase it out. Okay, so that's phased out until his next turn. So that still comes back. We draw. Four, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we can still use the rift. It's just all about timing, I guess. They know we have it. I've never encountered this synergy before, so you know, it's difficult when I don't have the battlefield analysis. We're going to draw more cards and get a shitload more resources. It's not so much everything, it's the treasures I'm most bothered about. Altar of the Brood. They're going to make me mill whenever a permanent enters. Each permanent mills a card. That's pretty scary, given that this makes 3 things on every time an artifact comes in. Okay, maybe I just didn't have the respect for this card, but yeah, it's nuts. It's just a guy with 2 potatoes and a weird base in. But, my god. So much mana. So much more affinity and improvise than I had originally thought. Scry to draw a card. Bloody hell. I'm really not too worried about the milling. Until, of course, they just play their entire hand, I suppose, but... We're down to 9. It's a shame we don't have the Wan Shi Tong, but... We just can't pressure them as much now. Enigma Jewel. Maybe he gets Paradox Engine or something. I think. But they're all just tokens. Would Paradox Engine even be that bad here? He doesn't even have... Okay, he's got a few mana rocks. When it enters, return up to 1 target non-permanent to its owner's hand. Great, so they can just redeploy something if they really want to. What are they going to return? They're going to return the water skin. Okay. I guess they're forcing our hand to use the rift in this phase. If we go to another phase, we lose this mana, so I have to be very careful now. And they're going to pass to combat. I guess they want us to do it, which means they probably have a counterspell. And if they don't, then they have to play everything again. But I don't know. I guess I'm not really sure what I'm scared of anymore. They knew we had this. So surely by forcing me to do this, maybe they should have been prepared. Wow, that's got to be the first vehicle ever with just 0/0 stat. Okay, so they've got everything back in their hand. They've used a timeout, and they're at 9. Iron Crag. I really wish they didn't have infinite hand size. That sucks the most. Bender's Water Skin. Maybe we just have to use this to counter the stupid Academy Manufactor. That's just going to straight up kill us. So now they've got, I think, what's the 2 mana spell they want to resolve? Okay, so they've just gone for rocks. My turn. Hullbreaker Horror. Okay. Land is okay. Swing in. we can operate pretty much instant speed here. 6, 7, 8, 9. So we can do Hullbreaker Horror and then 3 steps ahead. I don't know. Can this be counted? No, it cannot. We have to be very careful. So that's coming down. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. There's a lot of things going on here, guys. I'm so sorry if I make a mistake. Right. So that's going to leave me with only 2 mana up if I do this. So is that the right... Is that the best move? I don't really know. So now we can play the Malcolm. So we can let the Academy Manufacturer resolve. I guess. They'll get 1 trigger of this. Oh, I don't know. It's all just bollocks, isn't it? If this survives, for any reason, then we can start, you know, bouncing even more of their things, but I kind of want to counter a spell that's kind of expensive, but they've got so much mana. All these spells are basically free at this point. Oh god, they're going to mill me out, aren't they? They're going to mill me out. 62. It's just a case of card flow. They're just getting so many. We have to be very selective when we use this Malcolm, because I don't just want to bounce any like stupid 1 mana spell, and they have a ridiculous amount of 1 mana spell. Basically, every 1 mana spell they're playing now is giving them treasure pack, so it's kind of 0 mana. But at the same time, they are milling us, so we have to be very, very careful. Bear in mind, we basically just have lethal on board if we can remove their threats. Invasive submersible. Bloody hell, they've got 4 mana left. Using their rope as well. So they're going to try... Maybe we just give it hexproof then. So we can protect it. And then return... this. I don't know. Cyclonic Rift on just the Hullbreaker Horror. Shame we can't just spend the blue mana on that. Memory Deluge. Oh, Jesus Christ. I think we've lost. Although that's still bouncing back to the hand. 50 cards remaining. Getting scary now. Redeploy it, and they've still got mana up. Yeah, sorry guys, I don't think there's anything I can do now. I think we had a pretty good start, but once they got to this Academy Manufactor, it's at a point of no return now. The resources they have it's unfathomable. Cryptic Command. And they kept up 2 mana as well. Pass to them. And they can do all sorts of shit again. If only I had more. If only I could have just kept the Hullbreaker Horror. Oh, that's annoying. We bounced it again with this. Oh no, they tried to bounce it with this, but then they had this. Okay. 48 cards remain. They've got 8 cards in hand. Whenever you activate an ability that isn't mana ability, copy it. That's scary. How good is this cryptic command going to be exactly? Oh, God. So they can play artifacts from the top, and their artifacts have tap, add blue mana. Well, that's shit. They're kind of just going infinite. Oh, I should have bounced. I should have countered that, really. Beginning of your end step. Untap all non-land permanents you control. Well, we have to try and stop that, don't we? Otherwise, that's just going to be game over, I think. The issue is we're just not establishing anything. We're just slowing them down, but they're still going to be able to do all sorts of other shit. Okay, so we actually managed to counter that. Broken. These two are broken together. I'm saying it. I'm saying it now. Absolutely broken combination. I think it's actually this. This is just broken with everything that makes tokens. Anything that triples your output of token generation is just ludicrous, right? I can't think of why this would ever be bad. Waterbend 5. Why do they even want that? Okay, that doesn't... Right, okay. I'm just a bit confused. That's just a waterbend card, I suppose. Basically 7 mana for that. Sure. Four, 5, 6, 7. If we go to end step, what happens with if we have the Hullbreaker Horror out? And then in our turn, we can use Cryptic to tap all their creatures. I think that's our only out. Down to 41 cards. I'm shitting myself. So yes, this can use all their artifacts tap for blue mana, but only to cast spells from anyone other than your hand. Whereas this Urza can use them to play anything. So that's the scarier one there. Okay. So yeah, we basically have one out, and that is Hullbreaker Horror. And bouncing something. How much mana do they have left after that? Not much, really. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, down to 36. If they empty their hand, that's basically us going to win. Create a clue. Okay, so they're basically going to empty their entire hand. Is there something I'm not seeing? Down to 33. They have spent a lot of time. I feel as though that it always feels the opponent has a shed load more time than we ever do. And they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So much mana. Just so much mana. So basically, every time they're playing non-creature spell, which apparently is like 99.9% of their deck, they are getting 3 mana with the Urza. I just need them to freaking stop playing stuff. Surely they have to hit some lands eventually, or creatures. Right? We are just going to die to mill at this point. Who would have thought that Altar of the Brood is actually their win con here? 26. Come on, man. Just stop drawing cards. 5 treasures, sapphire medallion. Draw a card for each other artifact you control. God damn it. Right, please just have 4 lands in your hand. This is, my heart is in my throat, guys. I just really want to just, come on, give it to me. Give me my turn. Okay, so they're tapping their creatures. They're getting down to the bone now, getting down to the wire of resources available. Although they still have 5 here. I just can't believe how much time they've used. It feels a bit like egregious here. I swear I've seen the 3 timeouts used now. And they've got a Khan. So if that resolves, we can't use Cold Steel Heart. Oh, you bastard. That is annoying. So we can still use that in response, because we still have the blue. Okay. They're going red over their side. I mean, I don't know how much time they can possibly have left. 3, 4, and 5. They can use Urza's ability. Just going to straight up draw a card. Okay. They cannot have any time left. It's not fair. It's just not fair. I've done nothing for so long. I've just pressed yes. I've just pressed let's go. Drawing another card. Okay. Another timeout used. What I don't get is where are these timeouts? I'm not seeing them anywhere on the screen. So it's kind of interesting. It says timeout used. What are they targeting with this? Okay. There was no target, I suppose. Plus the combat. So now we're flashing this. Cannot be countered. If they stop this, obviously, our whole plan is just out the window. And anything else? Okay, fantastic. So we can bounce their counterspell to their hand. Are you ready, guys, for the most ultimate move? So tap all creatures your opponents control, and we can return a permanent. Okay. We can return this, just in case, because that can still... I mean, they're all going to be tapped anyway, but let's just make sure. Right, so we've got 2 tapping things. We've got more ways. We can flash, bounce a counterspell to their hand because Hellbreaker Horror. And I think they've seen the writing on the wall. This is exact C's for 8. Return and tap all creatures. So the Benevolent River Spirit will be tapped. They can't crew in response with anything. Okay. Oh my god, please, let this be a career-defining move. Right, and that's 8 damage exact. You son of a bird! Oh my god! Jeez! Oh, that feels incredible. I cannot believe I won that with exactsies. And if you don't think I deserve your viewership, then please watch more of my videos and like and subscribe.